Thanks very much, everybody, for coming along to this conference today. My name is Peter Osborne, and I have the real pleasure of chairing the Centre for Cross-Border Studies. And each time this conference takes place every year, I'm astonished at the range of people that come to it and constantly invigorated by the conversations that take place, because it's one of those events that really does bring people together from the north and south who are genuinely committed to making this island, north or south, a better place. And I'm really looking forward to the stories that we're going to hear this morning and this afternoon from people at the coalface of making this place a better place, north and south, within all communities as well. Can I just at the start say a huge thank you to a small team at the Centre who have made this event happen. It is an incredible team of people. It's only a handful of people that work at the Centre, but it's not just about this conference, it's about the work they do day on day, week on week, every month of the year, running an amazing number of initiatives for the small team of staff that is involved. And Anthony and colleagues, thank you so much for making this event happen today. In a way, the Centre is a child of the Good Friday Agreement. It was set up just after, exploring issues of relationships on these islands, north and south and east and west, as well as within Northern Ireland, effectively looking at all of the strands, but especially of the Good Friday Agreement, especially, I suppose, Strand 2. And I think the Centre has made a massive contribution to the debate and discussion and the progress that we have seen in this place, on this island, in Northern Ireland and in the south over those years. And when you reflect on where we are, I think you can't help but reflect how much things have changed, and changed for the better. I'm minded that we're at the end of a summer where almost nothing has happened. It's amazing. If we'd been talking about this a few years ago, we'd have had crisis here and crisis there, and yet at the end of the summer, the news was not filled with crises around, in the north anyway, around relationships between people at different interfaces. This place is a hugely different place to where we were 25 years ago. And I think that's a testament to the organisations and the structures that are there, whether they're working or not all the time. But it's also a testament to the people who work in those communities all the time. Ordinary people doing extraordinary things to make this place a better place for us all. And I'm glad to say that some of those extraordinary people, ordinary people doing extraordinary things, are going to be here with us throughout the day on the different panels. They're people who understand that walls built between people for protection quickly become barriers to personal development and the development of communities. And whatever those walls are like, whether they're physical or mental, we need to be taking them down here, north and south, or east-west, because those relationships that then develop are relationships that make everybody stronger and do good things for people within communities. And that's what this conference will do, is look back, but look forward, building a bridge, I suppose, between the past and the present and the future, because that's what an organisation like the Centre is about, and it's what most of us are about in our different roles. Ordinary people doing extraordinary things that we'll be hearing about later on. The Centre is going from strength to strength, albeit with a small team, and I do want to acknowledge the various funders and sponsors that have supported it, are still supporting it, will be supporting it in the future, some of which are at the conference and sponsoring different events at the conference. But without those funders, and we'll say more about them later, the Centre couldn't do the work that it does. But it remains motivated by the needs that are out there, motivated by the opportunities that are currently there, again, to make this island north and south, and the relationships north and south and east and west better than they are. And that work is sustained by good people, not just the people that we'll be hearing about and from on the panels, but by those departments and agencies and funders and others who support this work through thick and thin. So let me say thank you to them. So, more importantly, thank you everybody for attending. I'm not going to say much more other than let's get the work started of hearing those stories of extraordinary work, achieving extraordinary things on this island, in Northern Ireland, in the south, and in relationships east and west as well as north and south. And let me start it off by asking Osborne, a board member of the Centre for Cross-Border Studies, to introduce the first panel. Osborne.